Favourite time of the week because it's time to talk to our favourite person in the world, Megyn Kelly from the Megyn Kelly Show, YouTube podcast, Sirius XM, but most importantly, right now on Sky News. Hello, Rockstar.
How you doing, Paul?
Oh, not as good as you. What about you? You don't just go to the Super Bowl. Megyn Kelly style, you don't go to the Super Bowl. You take your beautiful boy with you. You sit in the box. Oh, yeah, and the president's over there. Tell us, what was the Super Bowl like?
It was very cool, I have to say. I was excited, and I'm not even a sports person, but we were invited to go by YouTube. We said yes, and it just so happened that my husband's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, made it into the big game and then ultimately won, so he was as happy as could be. We sit down in this fancy, suite that YouTube had, and I look over to my right, and there is Taylor Swift getting booed by the entire stadium. I look over to my left, and there's President Trump. I'm like, oh my God. Right in between these two. And he's getting cheers and she's getting jeers.
Rulers fight for the ramparts.
At that point, I was like, I'm just going to slink back into my little seat right here and keep watching because this is great theater.
Did you get a chat? I know you had the selfie, but was there much of a chat with the president?
Yes, we did get to chat a bit, and he was in a great mood. He was super happy. Even then, he was very focused on the fact that Taylor got booed. he was very happy that she got booed.
Look, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Look, I get it. Most powerful person in the world, all the rest of it. I love that he doesn't forgive, and I love that he can be a bit petty every now and then. And you know what? She thought she was putting the final stake into the heart of the vampire after the debate, and he's just turned around and gone, sorry, who's the winner now? Look at the scoreboard. Literally, look at the scoreboard.
Right. Who could blame him? Exactly right. And there she was. And she looked befuddled at the fact that people were booing her as if like, do they not know it's me? It is I, Taylor Swift. Why on earth would you boo me? It's like, because you got political. You took a risk. It didn't pan out. Sorry. As I said on my show, this is the FO part of the FA-FO calculation. You decided to get political. You decided to endorse a candidate. You decided to say it was because of Tim Walz's LGBTQ stance, which is insane. It showed us you're all a radical leftist, not just like a mild, moderate Democrat. And so we're over you. On top of which, she's totally overexposed. We're sick of her. Even my kids are like, why do they keep showing her at these games? My little guy, he's only 11. He's like, Mom, they showed Taylor Swift the whole game. They never showed Trump except for the first time when they sang the national anthem. Even he's getting it. So everyone's just sick of her. It's overexposure. We're tired of her little, me act. I'll say this too. I think the guy's having the time of his life. He had spent the morning golfing with Tiger Woods, which is like every golfer's dream. Then he flies out there to the Super Bowl where he gets the great sweet seats. He's sitting next to his daughter, Ivanka, who they all call the princess in the family because everyone loves her, but Trump loves her. She's clearly his favorite, and they're all very good-natured about that relationship. They think it's sweet.
Let's unpack again a little bit more about what we learned about the 60 Minutes stuff, where clearly they were, at the very least, benefit of the doubt, shining the shoe of Kamala Harris in that interview. Now, the full interview was obviously longer than what they put to air, but that's what they do. They shoot, for an hour to eventually cut down to, 10, 15 minutes. But what's come out after the raw tape has been released is all of the little benefits of the doubt, the little moments that would otherwise have exposed the blithering idiot that America rejected, but they chose not to show those moments because, of course, they were on her side. Yet another mark against a type of media that wants to just be dishonest. Release the full tape. Okay, edit it down for the Sunday night show, but release the full tape.
I can't believe once it became a controversy, they didn't just do that. They acted like it was a state secret, like, we will never, never. It's like, wait a minute. This isn't a classified document. This wasn't something leaked to you by a source with the understanding that you would only reveal part of it, all of which I could understand. This is an interview with a candidate for president. She's the Democratic nominee for president. Why? You should be doing it anyway. Never mind once a controversy has erupted about whether you've been fair. And I can only conclude having seen the transcript out, because the one inane answer that caused all the trouble for them, it wasn't good. But it wasn't a cardinal sin what they did there. But if you look at the overall transcript, what you glean is that they ran cover for her, that her most vapid, empty-headed, moronic answers all fell out of the interview and were left on the editing room floor. And so when you read it, it does show a pattern of protection. What we found out about that one infamous answer, in response to which Netanyahu does not appear to be listening to you, was they teased one piece of the answer on Sunday, and then they ran a different piece of the answer on Monday, and people wanted to know what else was in the answer. Well, the answer to that is nothing. The whole answer was those two pieces merged together. Now, the one they used in the tease on Sunday made her sound especially dumb and incomprehensible, which is a feat. And somebody decided they would do her solid and run the slightly more comprehensible, but still kind of answer on 60 Minutes, which is what they did. And when you string them together, she sounds even dumber.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Typical Kamala Harris, it was 300 words to say 10 words. So they did definitely do a solid for her. But then you read the rest of the transcript, and what wound up on the editing room floor? Ambitions, aspirations, hopes, and dreams. And I just really believe, right? And she goes into her little bits that she did everywhere on the campaign trail that were full of nothing, empty calories. So why did they do that? The people at 60 Minutes are not dumb. There are many journalists who are, many. But the people who work at 60 are not stupid. They're biased, but they're not dumb. And so they did that. I don't believe it was because they thought it would be bad TV. I think they did it because they understood it would subject her to the same feeling among the audience that they undoubtedly had when they saw it, which was, good God, here she goes again. She's an idiot. Like, she has nothing substantive to say. This is 60 Minutes. This isn't The View. This isn't Oprah. Say something meaningful. And you see, they had their little scissors that we used to use when we were in first grade to cut out the little gingerbread man. And they tried to cut out a real presidential candidate who could speak on issues and not sound completely off point or like she was trying to rally her sorority for a night of wine. They failed, but they did the best they could. And I think that's why they wouldn't release the transcript because, you know, front to back, that's what you walk away with. They protected her.
Yeah, and I think the gingerbread man would have been smarter than Kamala Harris could have dreamt to be during her presidential run. All right, Megyn, lovely to see you. We'll see you again next week. All the best.
Thanks for having me. See you soon.